What if I told you that right now, buried in underground bunkers across America, the government is hoarding massive quantities of food that could sustain you and your family for decades? And the shocking part? These aren't exotic survival foods. They're everyday items sitting in your pantry right now. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the exact 10 foods that government agencies secretly stockpile for national emergencies, why they chose these specific items, and most importantly, how you can build your own emergency food supply using the same strategy that keeps entire nations prepared for disaster. Welcome to Food Fixer, where we uncover the secrets behind food security and help you become more self-sufficient. If you want to learn more insider knowledge about food storage and emergency preparedness, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more eye-opening content. Let's start with the absolute foundation of government food stockpiles: white rice. You might be wondering why the government chooses white rice over the supposedly healthier brown rice. The answer is pure survival mathematics. White rice can last up to 30 years when stored properly, while brown rice goes rancid in just 6 months due to its oil content. Government bunkers contain millions of pounds of white rice because it provides 1,600 calories per pound and takes up minimal storage space. When you're planning for the survival of millions of people, every cubic foot of storage matters. The government knows that in a true crisis, calories trump nutrition every single time. The second pillar of government food security is wheat, specifically in the form of wheat berries and flour. The United States maintains a strategic grain reserve that most citizens don't even know exists. This isn't just about making bread. Wheat is the ultimate survival food because it can be ground into flour, cooked as whole grains, or even sprouted for fresh nutrition when vegetables aren't available. Government food planners understand that wheat provides the carbohydrate base that keeps populations stable during extended crises. They rotate these stocks constantly, selling older grain to maintain freshness, while always keeping millions of tons in reserve. But carbohydrates alone won't keep people alive long term, which brings us to the third government staple: dried beans and legumes. Here's where the government's food strategy gets really smart. Beans combined with rice create a complete protein profile that rivals meat. Government stockpiles include navy beans, pinto beans, black beans, and lentils because different varieties ensure nutritional diversity and reduce the risk of crop-specific disasters. These legumes can last 20 to 30 years in proper storage and provide the protein necessary for muscle maintenance and immune function during prolonged isolation. Now let's move into what I call the preservation masters: foods that seem to last forever. Canned goods dominate government bunkers, but not the brands you see in grocery stores. The government contracts with manufacturers to produce military-grade canned foods with enhanced shelf lives. We're talking about canned vegetables that remain nutritionally viable for 25 years, canned fruits that maintain vitamin content for decades, and canned meats that provide essential amino acids long after fresh meat becomes impossible to obtain. The government's canned food strategy covers every nutritional base while ensuring that even after years of storage, these foods remain safe and nourishing. Powdered milk represents one of the most overlooked items in government stockpiles, yet it's absolutely critical for long-term survival. Fresh milk becomes impossible to obtain during major disasters, but calcium and protein remain essential for bone health and muscle function. Government bunkers contain thousands of pounds of powdered milk because it can be reconstituted into drinking milk, used in cooking, or consumed dry for concentrated nutrition. The shelf life extends up to 20 years when stored properly, making it liquid gold during extended emergencies. Salt might seem too basic to mention, but government food planners understand its critical importance beyond simple seasoning. Salt preserves other foods, maintains electrolyte balance during stress, and prevents dangerous conditions like hyponatremia during physical exertion. Government stockpiles specifically include iodized salt because iodine deficiency can cause thyroid problems during prolonged isolation from normal food sources. They also maintain large quantities of pure salt for food preservation purposes, understanding that the ability to preserve fresh food when it becomes available can mean the difference between thriving and merely surviving. Here's something that will blow your mind. Honey is the only food that never expires, ever. Archaeologists have found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that's thousands of years old. The government stockpiles massive quantities of honey, not just for its infinite shelf life, but for its natural antibacterial properties and concentrated energy. Honey provides quick energy during high-stress situations and can be used medicinally to treat wounds and infections when modern healthcare isn't available. Government medical protocols actually include honey as a backup antiseptic and healing agent. Moving into what I call the strategic extras, peanut butter takes center stage in government bunkers. This isn't about comfort food, though psychological well-being matters during crises. Peanut butter provides over 2,500 calories per pound, requires no preparation or cooking, and contains protein, healthy fats, and essential nutrients. Government food planners know that during disasters, people need foods they can eat directly from containers without wasting fuel for cooking. Peanut butter checks every box. High calories, long shelf life, no preparation required, and familiar taste that maintains morale during stressful times. Oats represent the government's understanding of versatility in crisis nutrition. Unlike many grains, oats can be eaten raw if necessary, though they're more digestible when cooked. They can be prepared with cold water, don't require precise cooking techniques, and provide sustained energy through complex carbohydrates. Government stockpiles include both rolled oats and steel-cut oats because they store differently and offer preparation flexibility when fuel for cooking might be limited. Oats also provide soluble fiber that helps maintain digestive health during the stress and dietary changes that come with emergency situations. The final item might surprise you: vitamin supplements. Government bunkers contain massive quantities of multivitamins, vitamin C tablets, and vitamin D supplements. This isn't about optimal health. It's about preventing diseases that killed millions throughout history. Scurvy from vitamin C deficiency, rickets from vitamin D deficiency, and various conditions from B vitamin deficiencies become real threats when people survive on limited food varieties for extended periods. Government health protocols understand that keeping populations free from deficiency diseases is just as important as providing calories. These 10 foods aren't random choices. They represent decades of research into what keeps populations alive and healthy during the worst possible scenarios. The government knows something we should all pay attention to. Each item serves multiple purposes, stores for decades, and addresses specific nutritional or practical needs that emerge during extended crises. You don't need a bunker to apply this knowledge. Start building your own strategic food reserve using these same principles. Focus on foods that provide maximum nutrition per storage space, last for years without special equipment, and can be prepared with minimal resources. The government's choices reflect hard-learned lessons about human survival that apply whether you're preparing for natural disasters, economic uncertainty, or any situation where normal food systems become unreliable. Which of these foods surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to Food Fixer for more secrets about food security and preparedness. Your future self will thank you.